For a couple of years now, big retailers and marketing innovators have been using animated GIFs in email and have reaped the rewards of higher click-throughs and better revenue. With Cinegif, amplifying your email messaging is now at your fingertips, and we're going to show you how. In this tutorial, we'll walk through the process of creating an animated GIF in a matter of minutes. We'll be using MailChimp in this example, but the same basic information applies to most other online email marketing tools available today. So let's get started by opening a MailChimp.com account and creating what MailChimp refers to as a regular old campaign. Step by step, the creation process is customized to your mailing list and preferences. For example, you'll see several steps that MailChimp guides you through. This includes selecting a mailing list, naming your project, and creating a subject line for your email. At this point, we're at the very first step of the email design space, and there are a number of options. The actual process of creating an email can be done through the design wizard, by importing or pasting code, or by selecting a pre-designed template. For simplicity's sake, we're going to review the pre-designed templates. By checking this box, all of the template options are displayed in alphabetical order in the main window. In addition, all the categories for these templates are displayed in the left navigation. I'm interested in using an event template. When you're at this stage and going the route of using a pre-designed template, you should take your time in evaluating which template works best for your goals. Of course, some of these templates will not work for my purposes. For example, this template uses a square image. And while you can use a square image, I don't have any videos that look good square. So to me, these are off the table. These, however, will serve my purposes fine because they employ a single large graphic and have a strong call to action. Of my favorites, I think I like this one the best because I can incorporate my logo. These are just a few factors that will impact your decision as you design your new email message. Now that I've selected my favorite template, it's time to begin customizing it. In MailChimp, there are several cool features that will allow you to make this message solely yours. Very quickly, I'm going to plug in my logo, change the text here, and change the text here. Now it's time to take a look at the graphic to determine the exact size I need to create my animated GIF using Cinegif.com. You may be asking, why didn't I create the animated GIF first? And there's a good reason for that. We recommend that you determine the exact size you need your animated GIF to be before creating it. This is because if you need to resize your GIF to fit your template, very often that action kills the animation, leaving you with a static image. We now know we need to create an animated GIF that's 600 pixels wide by any height. And that's what we're going to do. At this point, we're going to save and exit MailChimp for the time being, and we're going to go over to Cinegif.com to create our animated GIF. Let's stop here for a moment, however, to mention one more important tip. Before uploading a video to convert it into an animated GIF, you should know that if you want to use it in an email application, you should make it your goal to ensure the file size is less than 900 kilobytes in size. This is becoming an unwritten rule, but a good one to obey. There are a number of reasons for this, but we think the most important one is for those people that open their emails on their smartphones. For this ever-growing population, speed is king, and so the smaller the file size, the better. So with that in mind, here are a few suggestions for making sure you're creating a portable animated GIF. For one, the fewer the colors, the smaller the animated GIF. Likewise, the fewer the frames, the smaller the animated GIF. Secondly, physical dimension also plays a part in file size. However, we also need to remember that our image needs to be 600 pixels wide. And finally, consider the amount of motion in the graphic. The more frenetic, the larger the file. The more subtle the motion, the smaller the animated GIF. This is not to say you can only use bland video clips. Quite the contrary. You're just better off finding a file that loops well in a short duration and that is colorful but with just a fewer number of colors than a wide spectrum. Here's a short example. These 3 QuickTime videos run the gambit of size, color, and motion. The smallest video is 11 seconds long and is 6 megabytes. The medium-sized video is also 11 seconds long and 24 megabytes. The largest video is 15 seconds long and 101 megabytes. After we've customized all 3 of these videos to be the same size, duration, and number of colors, we have these 3 animated GIFs. The smallest video, that was once the most colorful, is now about 1 megabyte as an animated GIF. That medium-sized video that had the most amount of motion is now over 1.5 megabytes. The largest video converted using Cinegif.com's customization tools is less than 800 kilobytes. So with that information in our pocket, let's get back to creating that Cinegif. As you saw earlier, the name of my email is Controlling the Elements of Email. I need to convert a clip that will make my message more interesting, but that will also translate into a nice small file. I'm going to upload this QuickTime clip called Lightning Strike. After the file uploads, you're greeted by the Cinegif customization process. We know that our animated GIF needs to be 600 pixels wide. Notice that with the lock button on, the file will keep its relative aspect ratio. To modify the image, like making it square or panoramic, we can unlock the ratio and change the dimensions manually. For my purposes, however, and because my video is a cityscape, I will keep the relative aspect ratio. Also notice we can make the video longer or shorter. The video I'm using loops after 4 seconds, which will make for a small, very portable file size. I can also reduce the number of colors. Because I want the file to be as small as possible, and my graphics not really colorful anyway, I will select to use 64 colors. And now you can decide on even more levels of customization. Clicking aerobatics offers several options, each with a question mark next to it that will explain their unique benefits. All of the pre-selected options are recommended defaults. You're encouraged to experiment with these options and learn how they affect your animated GIF. For our purposes now, the autopilot default options are just fine. We're ready to press that create button. The process will take a moment, but we think it's well worth the wait. When processing finishes, we have a Cinegif that's 722 kilobytes in size and looks great. Notice, before you download that finished Cinegif, you're able to go back and make any change. We have downloaded the file and we're ready to include it into our email campaign. Back in MailChimp, we will reopen that campaign and integrate the animated GIF. With this tool, you're able to upload directly into MailChimp for safekeeping or use your own URL. You will be prompted to decide on the size and tags for this image. You've been warned and we'll do it again. Don't change the graphic size. There's a 50-50 chance that if you do that, your GIF will not animate. And here's our finished email. We'll open a preview and send ourselves a test email. And here's that test email. Notice that the graphic sits in a position in the email that encourages the recipient to scroll down. This is a common email marketing tactic that's often employed near or just above your primary call to action. Let's zoom out on my monitor to take it all in. Now that I have an email I'm happy with, I'm going to finish the MailChimp process and schedule my campaign. All that's left to do at this point is celebrate your success. And that's how to integrate a Cinegif into an email marketing campaign. There are countless options and variations, but we've covered the basics. To learn more about email marketing and other ways to use your Cinegif, visit our blog.